There we go. We will be live now. So,
Best behavior. Best behavior.
Right.
What you
you
talking
know, best adjacent. Anyway, we had apparently 13 people watch Call of Cthulhu last night.
I
Really?
knew that was going to be a
Is that a
big
good
one.
number?
For us,
Actually,
it's
I
excellent.
posted on a pretty high frequented comic and music message board that I hang out at. So
Oh,
maybe I got you a couple. Depends if they joined late, right?
Yeah, and we picked up a couple of new followers too. So
Excellent.
That's always cool.
yeah,
Great. Yeah. Call of Cthulhu's on Wednesday evenings.
yes, the Masks of Nyarlathotep.
I'm glad you had to say it, not me.
Uh,
Right?
Masks of. Come
I'm
on, I said it.
I'm very thankful that the Call of Cthulhu has a pronunciation guide, and I will still butcher the names. So.
I had to pronounce those names so much in my life. I guess I'm starting to be good at it.
Perfect.
All right,
Oh.
so if we get TPK'd, everyone make Egyptian characters next, just to mess with Chris some more.
No.
I can't
If we
say
get
those words. I'm not
TPK in
great
the
at
next
English.
episode, I'm going to make somebody that's where are we? What country are we in? Persia.
Peru.
Peru? Are we in
Peru.
Peru or Chile? One of the
Y-
two.
for Cthulhu, you guys are starting in Peru.
Peru, right? Okay.
So if we die in the first episode, let's make somebody from Peru.
Peruvians?
All right. So on to the game at hand, Forbidden Lands, session 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Doesn't
Hey, we
seem
survived this long?
I honestly didn't see the time pass.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with
Better be not going to work.
like weekly games go fairly quick. So last time, you guys had found some religious folks that were on their way to your village, and all of their religious fervor, with folks with their tongues cut out and their ears gouged out and their eyes gouged out, and folks hanging from hooks from this large wagon contraption. Some sort of large iron idol that seemed to have some sort of negative effect on Trustius when he looked at it too long, causing him to agree that the only salvation was through punishment. Things took a fairly sharp detour there, but Ryzen managed to convince the cultists to pick up and carry on after their leader was killed by Okadai. So they picked up and they continued to head north with their slaves. You guys made your way back to your village and got the opportunity to rest a little bit and to get some gardens built and some fields built, and start to make the village a little bit homey. Moved into the mayor's manor house. Some folks claimed bedrooms and the like. Had a discussion with Kogan, who's like, I'm not happy just standing here guarding things. I'd like to kind of go with you guys if the opportunity presents. And you guys kind of agreed that okay, you'll bring the orc with you next time. Towards the end of your week of rest and relaxation, though, a chance for everybody to heal up various assorted injuries they had. A very bedraggled-looking female half-elf was found at the outskirts of your village, and Desi recognized her as one of the slaves from the religious folks. She explained once she had gotten some water and rehydrated and gotten some rest that when she had the opportunity to recoup some of her strength, she was able to shapeshift out of her bonds and make her escape. But there's still many slaves captured. She wasn't able to free anyone else. And you guys were discussing whether or not you guys are going to do anything about that. And that's where we will pick up.
Desi's gonna start repacking her bag. just very obviously collecting stuff from around the house.
I'll get my stuff from the attic.
I'd just give her a bit of time to rest so she can give us more information. But we gotta stop those people.
Hmm.
The icon's worth the trip regardless. And saving the people is obviously important.
What do we care
Labor
about the
said have
icon
wealth.
for?
If the icon can influence minds, we probably should have it buried or studied and turned to our own purposes.
Assuming it can be turned to our purposes.
Buried sounds good.
We won't know unless we can study it. Either way, it's better in our hands than someone else's.
Question is, can it be studied without it making people go crazy again or influencing or affecting them? But that's future us's problem to worry about, I suppose.
I would think so. But I will say that that thing, if it can break my will, it can certainly break yours and everyone else in this room. It's dangerous.
I'll try to keep my eyes on targets and not on idols.
Baldy kind of smiles when somebody says he can break his will.
Well, I mean, Trusty has just admitted to being able to control everyone's emotions last session, so.
Yep. Yep, did. Yeah.
He'll go get his stuff.
Stand behind me.
Ooh.
That way you can't see it. Any of you, really. Except maybe Okatai. He's taller than me.
Next time I harpoon a bitch, I'll try to finish her.
There you go.
And the good
Doesn't-
news is they move
Really?
slow, so we may be able to catch them.
Oh,
Let's
I
hope
should
we-
be. They,
Let's
we're
hope we
heading
get them
north.
before they get to another village.
North's the swamp, right? And she's just shoving stuff in her pack, like she's angry at it. Like her pack has done something, and she's getting revenge on it. If North's swampland, and they're heading that way with a cart that's got 1,000 pounds of people, it's not going to roll very well.
It should be easy to track.
Think.
Kogan, you want to kill some zealots?
Well, sure. I mean, I'm not much of a religious person to begin with, so.
Well, they seem to push their faithful to cut off their eyes, ears, limbs, whatever they feel sinful about themselves. Some kind of idol forcing them into that, so don't look at the idol.
Noted.
And I got weapons and armor for you.
That's appreciated.
I mean, it's hand-me-down studded leather.
It's better than my bear skin.
Yeah, it served
Mhm.
me well. I'm still alive, so
And I put some chainmail to get repaired by our smith, so we'll have chainmail to pass around when it's done.
Huh, nice. Alright, I just gotta I just gotta see. Anybody have any extra rations? I'm a little light.
Wasn't somebody
let's
fishing?
see.
Yeah, I got a bit
Somebody
of
was learning to cook. Ryzen was learning to cook.
yeah, and I was
Spare
fishing.
D10. I get D10. I can spare a die.
I can spare a die too.
I think I can because it seems to be having 12s.
Oh yeah, I'm a chef now. I forgot.
All right, so yeah, he'll take some of the rations from Cody and from Okatai. You guys can all fill up your water skins to a D12 at the pond.
Can we increase our food or no?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, I'm already at a D12, so I'm okay for water. I'm at a D10 for food, so I should be okay for a while.
Yep.
You burned as much food as you cooked.
The advantage to while you're in the settlement is you don't need to roll for your food and water each day, but you don't get any extra food unless you actually go out hunting and everything.
Okay. 2 grubs for everybody.
Caldy, do you have any more arrows in that pack of yours?
Absolutely. How many do you need?
2 bundles if you have them.
How does that work, Chris? Do I have to use 2 willpower to pull out 2 bundles when I can level 3, or
You
can I
do.
just? Well, all right. It's a good thing I have 8 willpower.
Nice.
Like you can pull out more valuable things, but you can't bundle things together to pull them out with one expenditure, and you don't get change.
All
So
right.
you
So
might
I
as
pulled out 2
well-
bundles and add it to
So
Trestius.
you might as
Perfect.
well pull out the most costly arrow, like I think it's the iron arrow or steel arrow.
Yep. Yeah, you can get the iron arrows instead of the wooden ones.
Fancy.
Do you want me shooting a bow or casting necromancy?
Depends.
Depends on fate, I suppose.
Depends on a lot of things. Whether you're up to it. I mean, sometimes your magic kind of knocks you on your ass.
True.
Sometimes your magic knocks the rest of us on our ass. So, it kind of depends.
Okatai's magic has gone wrong as well.
I'm not saying it hasn't. That's
If
why
I
like
keep-
Chris.
If I
She
keep
pats her
healing,
sword.
it should be fine. It's when I try to dismiss undeads or demons that things can go wrong.
Well, we don't know what it is exactly they're worshipping. I mean, we've got a good idea, but 'cause she follows ravens, so they probably follow Rust.
From what
'Cause she didn't seem to know what Shiku's was. So
from what Trestus said last time, I think it's a symbol of rust that was modified. Like it used to be rust, but now they made some change to it.
Rust is a fairly common deity. And this thing was tainted, corrupted somehow.
Halonia might be able to tell us. Since they were, Mother Catalia, or whatever her name was hauling them around. But she said that some of those people aren't people anymore. So your ability to get rid of spirits might be kind of important, Okatai.
Do we want to wait till she wake up before we go?
Why? In case she wants to join us? Or get more information?
And she'll kind of I mean, she slept overnight, so she is awake. She's like, I can go with you if you need. But yeah, they're less of a religion, and they seem to be more of an apocalyptic cult.
Mhm.
They believe that in these times is like, they've seen portals to the demonic realms open, and bandits and outlaws are running amok, monsters. They believe that the only way for the lands to be saved is if people punish themselves enough so that the gods forgive them. They are the most fervent amongst them will remove the body parts that they think are causing offense. In some cases, with some of the members, it seems as though those body parts are replaced somehow.
How?
I don't know.
Can you describe it?
I've seen one of them sever his hand only for it to be replaced by a thing of boneless flesh and tentacles. It's not like any healing magic I've seen, and yet it seems to be a sort of like his new hand or appendage, I guess, was functional, but it was very not human or elvish or dwarvish.
Fucked up.
Perhaps the book can give us some insight.
We need to wipe them out. That's what it is.
The cultist leader that Okatai took down, that was a woman, right?
Yes, Mother Catalia.
Was she missing any obvious body parts that we could see?
Not that you got in the time that you had to examine it.
Okay.
Her leg was about to fall off, but that was because of the harpoon.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
If she has a new leg when we get there, it did fall off.
We'll chop that one off too.
I make sure to stay in control this time and try to finish what I started.
It wasn't your fault, it was mine.
Yeah, but I don't like to kill when I'm not choosing to. Whoever's fault it is.
Well, refrain from looking at the icon, and that would prevent me from messing with your mind.
It
How
was
about the
metal.
two of you worry about the magic-y bits, and I'll worry about hacking people apart.
Fair.
I'll go fishing.
Because I can definitely not do the weird magic-y shit.
Usually, the weird magic-y shit in my case is useful once you get art. So I'll start by trying to fish whoever looks the most important among them. Maybe if we can get whoever is casting that strange magic, we can stop them from regrowing parts and bits.
I didn't
Maybe.
sense any casting. I think the icon has its own magic.
Yeah, but the regrowing of the hands and legs and stuff might be magic.
It seems so. I expect the book would know, but there's risk to consulting it.
Might break your mind.
Temporarily. I'm an elf. I heal quickly, but it may take some time to recover.
Well,
we.
I mean, if you guys want to run after me, I can just head out now.
Or we could just head out now.
I'd rather our guests stay safe for now, regain a bit of strength. Wouldn't put them back in the frying pan just now. We can go on them now, but I would like to make sure she stays safe. Not that I will not have you if you decide to follow, but depends on your strength.
I mean, unless she's got some kind of leadership position among the captives.
Did you know the
Best
slaves
thing
as well?
she's gonna
Or
do is be a
insight.
distraction.
Did you know the other slaves well? Anything we can say to them so they know we are trustworthy?
I don't know them well. I'm not from any of their villages. I would guess that if you are there to rescue them, then they will take that at face value.
Okay.
Well, I'm ready.
I'm all
Me
packed
too.
up.
I'm always ready to go.
I'm always packed.
Just gonna warn our guard that is duty and we can go. I hired a guard and equipped it, so just so we watch over the village while we're gone.
You were leaving in charge while we're gone?
I'm just telling the guard I hired to just watch over
Oh.
things and make sure that he does his job. Like he doesn't have to work much when we're here, but when we're gone, I'd like him to be on guard.
Almost like we're paying him or something.
Yep, exactly what we're doing. And paying a guard costs more than paying an axeman, so I'm gonna make sure he does his job. Well, for now we're paying him in equipment, but we'll have to pay him soon. So, I go wake or just warn the guard that we're leaving and that he should be on his post, and we can go.
Roger that. I'll keep an eye open.
Thanks. So, if everyone's ready, we can go back to where we left them and pick up the trail from there. Should be an easy trail to follow.
Good with that.
Alrighty.
Can give instruction also to get our guest fed and watered.
Okay.
Don't know how long this would take, so better be safe.
For sure. Alrighty, so you guys make your way back to where you first encountered the cultists?
Sure.
I think it's our safest best.
Alright. And there is a little bit of a road that runs through this area. You would guess it's the road that leads back to the first village, to Tenora. And you do know that the other end of this, from what you've heard, ends in a Saurian encampment.
So did we send them toward the Saurian?
You sent them north. You don't know whether they're sticking to the road or whether they're going due north.
Okay.
But somebody can give me a, let's call it a survival roll to track.
Can do that.
I was gonna say I can try, fail, so I get some willpower back. But
Survival is my strong suit. It's good.
yeah, I would definitely get us.
I was gonna say that's not me. You know, my scrub's not actually horrible. It's 5, but
I did not see the roll. Did I get anything?
You've got 1 incoming damage if you decide to push the roll, but other than that, nothing.
I'm gonna push the roll.
Okay.
Take the damage. You can push it for me.
Ooh, 2 damage to your wits.
Well,
Ouch.
that maxes out my willpower.
So you spend some time looking for tracks because it was about a week ago or so that you guys saw them, and there has been wind and there's been rain. And while you're out here, you guys, it is hot. It is a very hot, very like that kind of windy hot. That kind of like just like you sweat and then the wind kind of wicks the sweat away, and you just feel gross and tired. And I am going to need everybody to give me an endurance check.
sure.
Glad we waited till I was healed. Not that it helped anybody. Holy cow.
It's so
will
strange. I
push.
see everyone's roll but mine.
I pushed and still came out with nothing.
What did I get on my
I
roll?
came out with a 1.
Push.
Okatai, no successes and
Oh,
one
no.
damage to your strength if you push.
Ugh. I don't know what the consequences would be, but
Welcome to Forbidden Lands where you can hurt yourself walking.
Hey, it's no different than real life.
I blame the sun. Stupid
Sucked the life right out of me.
orbs of chaos.
I'm not used to walking around in heavier chainmail as opposed to my leather armor. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Did Okatai want to push?
I don't know. I don't know what the consequences will be, but it's gonna be that.
Okatai and
Trustees failed.
Trustius, you guys can both check off the thirsty box on your character sheet. It is a scorcher. Like by the time you guys find the trail, it is crusting on to like early afternoon, and the temperature is sweltering.
How do we fix thirsty?
Okay, so thirsty. When you are thirsty, you cannot recover any attributes except through magic. If you are broken, you need to drink water to get back up again. You suffer 1 point of damage to both strength and agility every day. If either of them drop to 0 while thirsty, you will die of thirst after another day without water. Then as soon as you drink, you are no longer thirsty and can recover your attributes normally. So basically, it's an extra water roll.
Okay, so we could just drink right now.
You guys are not at the village. Like, you guys left the village back out to where you found the people.
Right, but
Yeah.
I can drink with the water that I'm carrying.
Exactly. It essentially forces another water roll for the day.
Perfect.
That's
I will
fine.
do that.
I would have
Okay.
been better off with the water roll.
As soon as it reloads, I'm gonna do the water roll too.
Okay. But yes, a couple of, and largely it's as a result of the weather that's been around. The tracks are hard to pick up. Finally, though, Octa, you're getting like frustrated. It's hot. You can't find the tracks. You're like, you know, and you realize that like if you can't find the tracks, you've got nothing to go on other than just wandering aimlessly, hope you find something. And that's when you spot just like the faintest of faint trails that are moving along the road, but they're not on the road, which is why you didn't see them. And it looks like they start to veer off the road ever so slightly. But they are heading in a northwesterly direction.
So the wheels of that contraption don't make a very obvious trail track to follow?
They did a week ago when it was fresh.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Oh, it's been a week, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And the road's too good for those guys. They went that way. Just going away from the road.
Yeah.
Damn those people. The summer's gonna be hard. I need to find an umbrella or something.
It's all that fur.
Yeah. That's what I'm guessing. I didn't shed my winter fur yet.
There you go.
We'll get you a brush.
That actually would be nice.
And the other thing with the heat is, as you guys get ready to set off, is I need more endurance rolls from everybody. If you fail this roll, you just can't bring yourself to go pushing on in this heat.
Even if we were successful in the first one?
Yep, the first one means you're not thirsty. The combination of weather effects is just brutalizing you guys.
And this is endurance, you said, right?
Yep.
Yep. I guess I'm pushing.
I lost that one.
We all
Uh,
we know which way they're going now. Why don't we
Set up a tent.
sleep through the worst of this, and then let Caldi guide us with his better eyesight at night when it's not so fucking unbearably hot.
Price, can you refresh my memory why I didn't just lose any strength?
Because it's only if you roll ones on a pushed roll.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, trust this. You're like, we can go. We got this. We can do this. And you look, and everybody else is just like the people wearing like their chainmail and carrying like full encumbrance loads are just like dragging their heels.
Well, I suppose we could stop for a few hours. Might as well make camp.
Mm.
We might want to walk. We might want to travel by night. Temperature would be more tolerable at night.
Makes it
Caldi's
difficult to see.
Caldi's got
Yeah.
good eyesight. We've got torches. I think. Let me check. I've got a D6 of torches.
I've got a few, but
I got a few. I think I had a D6.
I could sell you some.
Well, right now we're not getting much farther. We should try to find some shade.
I got a big ass tent.
That could work.
Alrighty. So for the afternoon quarter day, what would folks like to do? Bear in mind that because of the failed rolls, you cannot actually hike.
We're gonna make camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, someone who's actually somewhat skilled in it should probably make camp as opposed to Desi, but Desi will keep watch while they're doing so, just in case.
Okay, perfect. All right, so it's a survival roll to make camp, +2 bonus because of the large tent.
Can I help?
Sure. So that'd be another +1.
My scouting and survival are both total 6. So
Perfect. So between Okatai and Kaldi, you guys find like a shaded place to set up your camp, safe and secure. You know, the adventurous aspect of you kind of bemoans the fact that you're setting up camp like just a couple of miles away from your village, but then you're like, as you look towards your village, you can see that heat shimmer. Yeah, fuck it. What would anybody else like to do in the afternoon?
Chris and I will spend willpower for inner peace and heal my damage.
Okay. What would Ryzen like to do in the afternoon?
I don't know. Do we need anything like food, water?
Wood for torches, maybe.
Yeah, okay. I'll go forage for wood that could be used for torches or kindling or something.
Okay, perfect. Survival roll.
I can lend him my timber axe if that helps.
Perfect.
Is there a modifier?
No, the timber axe allows you to get the wood.
Okay.
Perfect. So yeah, after you spend the afternoon, and you come back with like an armful of wood. Basically, you guys have one unit of wood for torches or arrows or whatever it is you would like to make with it.
Nice.
Okay.
And as it gets in towards evening, it is still quite warm, but it is starting to cool off. You guys could start to move now if you wish to.
I'd like to get some sleep,
yeah, me too.
especially if we're going to be going overnight.
Yeah,
Traveling
I'm getting some
overnight.
sleep.
Yep. I'll stay in guard for now then.
Okay.
I'll make a torch.
Okay.
So we plan to move at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyone who's taking guard or making stuff right now will end up tired in the morning. Just so people know.
All right. We're sleeping now, and then we're traveling next
Yeah.
quarter day.
Anyone who has to stand guard will be tired one way or another.
Unless, because Trustius is rested because he did his inner peace, so
Okay, that count as rest.
it does.
Okay, it's not too
So that
bad.
means I'm going to have to watch overnight. Or no, we're moving overnight, so I could stay up. I'll have to watch now.
Yep.
Everyone can sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So everybody else gets some sleep. Trustius, you can give me a scouting roll at -2.
Yeah, Necromancer's on watch.
So I take it we're
Look,
not
lots of-
hitting our rest
lots
button
of
yet.
hard jobs, like cooking duties. What? You get some scouting now, though.
Hey, I got it.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, there's you do hear like your various animal noises, things of that nature. You do see off to the north You do see some small pinpoints of fire. Nothing that you would identify as like big enough to be an encampment or anything, but just little pinpoints here and there. Maybe like individual hunters or whatever in the mountain ranges to your north.
Okay.
But nothing draws your attention. You are kind of keeping your eyes, peeled as best you can in the darkness. And by the time night has come, your eyes are kind of showing the strain. But nothing comes. Everybody can hit their rest button.
Yay!
But yes, as night falls, it is quite dark, and as you look up, you realize that it's the new moon. There is no moonlight. There's some like faint starlight, some clouds, but it is eerily dark.
You sure you could track by this, Sokatai?
I had a pretty good idea in what direction they were going. I'll need to be aware of the sign, though. See how far we can go. I'll probably need to light up a torch at some point.
I hope so. No one can see anything but Goldie.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a torch to see by, so no hesitation.
If tomorrow is as hot as today was, we'll get started. So
Yeah, I'll set a torch too for myself.
Perfect. So those of you who are lighting torches can roll your torch resource.
We all need to, or can we see by other people's torchlight?
As long as you guys are fairly close together, one torch will suffice.
Pretty sure
Okay.
we're sticking together.
Okay. Who's got the highest torch rating?
I've only got a D6.
So do I.
I got a D8. Going once, going twice.
I'm trying to see my torch dice, but it's hard. Why can't I see my torch? I assume I have lower than that, though.
All right, so Trestius will light the torch, probably give it to Okatai since he needs it.
Okay.
And you kind of need two hands to shoot a bow, so.
Yep. All right. Caldy can give me a scouting roll, no penalty because you can see in the dark, and Okatai can give me a survival roll for lead the way, no penalty because you have a torch.
I find that acceptable.
It's a good roll, Okatai. 2 success.
Okay, perfect. So you guys move along. What is this? This is hills.
Are we in a new X?
It is a new hex.
Okay.
You're starting to, as you follow this this little trail on these very, very faint wheel markings, you start to run into like a kind of a more hilly area.
XP number 2.
I mean, we need to explore all the X around town so we can spot possible resources and stuff.
Hey Chris, are there sounds of like nightlife, like night animals and such like that?
There are, yes.
Okay.
And Cody, since you survived, you made your scouting roll. In the darkness, you can hear some chittering sounds.
Squirrel.
Lucius.
And squirrels.
Lucius.
Damnable things.
He found us.
Whatever happened to Lucius?
He
Left
started
him
the cult.
behind.
What's that?
He started a cult.
Started a cult.
Created an idol. Started the cult. You know. People are sinful and all.
You spent time with Lucius. It does not sound like squirrel chittering. And then you hear something that sounds like a gurgling sound, like kind of a happy gurgling sound.
Like brushing your teeth, gurgling, mouthwash.
Caldy, you only got one success, so you can hear the sound, but you can't quite identify it. You've got a rough idea that it's a little bit over to your, probably over to the east a little bit, towards where it gets a bit more hilly. And the gurgling sound kind of stops.
Did Caldy stop walking?
I don't know. I don't know if Trev's there or if he's on mute.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm staying with the group.
Okay. So yeah, so you've heard these sounds, and then you can decide what if anything you'd like to do.
Stay here, guys. I'll go scout.
Okay. All right.
I scream, come get me.
You sure you want to get that far away from me?
Yes. This Caldy always does this, right? And every time it bites him in the ass. But
It does.
he still does
It absolutely does.
All right,
Does
so
it
can I get a scouting roll to see if I can figure out what's going on there, or a survival roll, whichever is more appropriate?
Well, as you kind of make your way towards the sound, you don't have a light source, so you can see in the dark just fine. And you see what looks like a small group of moderately sized rats. And they seem to, they're just kind of moving around. It looks like they've some sort of dead animal or something that they're, busy chewing on. But periodically, one of the rats just kind of stops and lets out this little cry. That was the gurgling sound you heard. And now that you're closer and it's not echoing through the hills, that cry sounds almost human.
I'm going back to the group. Nothing profitable with rats.
Okay.
After that bad incident.
Desi was probably following along, not terribly far behind him. Within,
You can't see, though.
No, which is why I probably didn't get all that close either. Just following along at a, try to keep him in view.
Yeah, after he steps out of the torchlight, as a goblin, he is all but invisible in the dark.
Damn it, Desi paces until he gets back.
So, Caldy, you clearly see Desi just kind of pacing and looking about vaguely anxiously.
All right, well, I'll go back to her.
Kind of a combination.
Take her back to the
anger
group.
and anger.
It's just big rats eating something. Nothing profitable.
Weird. why people sleep at night.
Right. And because this is open terrain, you guys can get one more hex, so I need another lead the way roll.
Gaining some ground.
And another scouting roll.
Yep. Oh,
Hey, is it 1 XP per hex?
No.
If it was, we would have just started sprinting on the first session.
I was gonna say, just blindly sprint forward.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong with that?
Little Forrest Gump, coast to coast. Nice roll. 2 successes, okay.
thanks for giving me my success because I didn't see them.
Am I doing scouting again?
Yes. Alright.
All right, my wits are down to 3, which means my scouting is down to 4. So if somebody beats 4, they should take over the scouting until I sleep.
Alright. So as you continue to follow this trail, it starts to become fainter and fainter. Like at first, it actually gets a little bit more obvious, and then it starts to get fainter as you start to move into a kind of a mucky quagmire. So as the trail that you're following gets into the muck, it becomes easier. But within probably an hour or so, you're treading through like shin deep, like muck and water. Like your boots are wet, your pants are wet. The trail you can't see anymore. You know they were headed in this direction, but the trail is underwater. But the good news is, as the sun comes up, you can see that there is still the little roadway that leads through this swamp. You know, somewhere at the end of this road is Arsorians, or so the rumor is. And you're not sure from here where exactly that cart went to.
Which direction did I see the little torchlight from?
From where you are now, it would have been to your northeast.
I saw some light while I was on watch to the northeast from here. Not sure if it was them or hunters, or it was a small party at least.
Well, if we go northeast and we don't see any cart trail or a space big enough to have run a cart through, then we can always head back west and bound to come across them eventually.
Depending on how warm it is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't want to do it during the day. Not during the worst of it, at least.
There's a new it's a new Terran. Is there any stay in that new place?
So is there any what?
Aid.
I don't think so.
Does the marsh have trees and stuff?
It does have some, like those mangrove trees and the like.
Yeah.
So the ones that have like the super long roots and they kind of sit up out of the water.
Yeah, as the erosion takes the earth from underneath them.
Exactly. So yeah, and you do see moving through the water. You do see like some fairly large, amphibious snakes, and just wildlife in general. Nothing that comes anywhere near you guys, but it's a little disconcerting. And the swamp is moderately dark, and it's going to be slow going traveling through this muck. But everybody can roll for their food and water
Yay.
as you break down and have breakfast.
Do we have to roll for torches?
You should roll one more just to carry you through the overnight.
Okay, I'll roll that.
I think I lost a die of food.
All right. Morning is here. You guys realize you don't have much of an idea as to which way to go. But what would you like to do?
Northeast?
I think so.
Sure.
We can try to go in the approximate direction they were going. We can try to follow the road or just explore the full X. Try to find them in it.
All right, we can explore the hex too, right?
Yep.
The light was to the northeast. So
Yeah, from where you guys are, it would have been to the northeast.
Is that another X?
It would be, yep.
Okay.
Let's check northeast. If we don't find them, we'll come back and scour for tracks here.
thank you.
They would probably leave the marsh, right?
If I were them, I would, holding all that shit, but they try to punish themselves, so they might just make it as hard as possible for themselves.
Yeah, they're not exactly sane.
All right, so you guys are heading northeast?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So after you have breakfast, it's quite the pleasant day. The temperature seems to have broken. The wind has died down. There's no rain on the horizon. It's quite the lovely day. But I will need a lead the way roll and a scouting roll.
I'm gonna need sleep soon, guys.
I'll carry you.
Sorry, what rolls do we need again?
I need a lead the way roll, which is usually Okatai, and a scouting roll, which is usually Kaldi, but Kaldi's feeling super frustrated after not finding anything yet.
I got 4 in scouting.
Yeah, me too.
Go for it.
Okay.
2 successes for Okatai,
Thanks.
and no successes on the scouting.
I don't know if I feel like pushing. It's wits. Okay, I'll take a chance. I'll push it. This, could be worse.
It's a willpower.
Yeah.
All right, so as you're starting to make your way northwest,
East.
sorry, northeast, kind of through the swamps, and it is slow going. Like by the time noon time rolls around, you can see hills in the distance, but you're still in the swamps. But you do find Ryzen as you're moving through the water, you do start to see wreckage.
Ooh.
And then you see first you see like a body kind of floating in the briny water. Then you look over there and you see a second body. And they do look they're wearing the similar sort of clothing that some of the religious people were wearing. Not enough bodies to account for all of them. But it looks like they did go this way, and they may have run into something.
Classic
worth
good
looting?
news, bad news.
And the good news is, because you succeeded at your scouting, you see something long and serpentine winding its way through the muck.
I ain't looking.
I point that out to the rest of the group. Guys, there's something long and snaky in the water.
Dizzy.
Pull out my sword shield.
Okay.
Breath.
Back behind Desi.
Not the other one.
Everybody hides behind Dizzy.
Gosh, we're in Dagobah.
Told them to.
We're in Dagobah. Crap.
As long as we're not in that trash compactor.
Show me where you saw it.
I see a little green Muppet that's like the size of Okatai, then.
Caldy.
Or Culdy, sorry.
Caldy's a little green Muppet.
Right.
And the big Muppet that doesn't talk.
I'll be 1 sec here.
Why is Culdy suddenly talking with throwing words at the end of sentences, the verbs at the end of them? Or at prep. Why are you talking like that?
I'll give you a reason, but it was a long time ago.
In a place far, far away?
This little blonde kid showed up and
Wrecked all my stuff.
All right. So as you guys are making your way through this swampy area, and like I said, there is wreckage strewn about. It looks like probably a good chunk of that cart that people were pushing is laying strewn about. You see, like over there, oh, that looks like a wheel. Oh, that looks like it's that's one of the guys that was hanging from the chains piercing his body. It looks like, he's still partially hanging from like one of the mangrove trees. And this like serpentine thing is snaking its way through the knee deep water.
Mm-hmm. You see that symbol?
No, it is not here.
Okay.
Can I see the serpentine thing now?
Yes,
Is that obvious? Excellent.
because Ryzen made his scouting roll, you guys can all kind of clock it, and it does seem to be kind of circling around you.
Where is it? Okay. Well,
I want to climb a tree.
Desi's gonna head toward it.
Okay.
Yeah, of course she is.
Oh, that was a card being drawn.
So yes, folks should do some initiative.
Initiative.
Ooh.
Anybody want to trade?
It's the two squishy guys are gonna make a run for the tree. Okay. I would be happy
I
to
got-
trade with either of you because I have 7.
I got 4 strength and chainmail. I'm not squishy. I just happen to blow myself up every once in a while.
You just make yourself squishy. Should start keeping track about who damages you more, you or Chris.
Oh, it's me. 100%.
Alrighty. So does anybody want to trade any initiative?
I would like to
I
trade with Okatai.
I rolled a 1. Anybody want it?
Okay.
Yes, please.
So just so you know, Tony, Okatai's going on 4, you're going on 2, and the creature's going on 5. So
Oh, I don't see the creature on the list.
that's because the creature is currently
Great
hidden.
news first.
So he's going on 5. So we're fine. We just need to get. I'll trade with Kogan, actually.
I'll trade with Desi, you wanted the 1? Did you
Yes,
say?
please.
Yeah, I'll trade with you.
You could have my 7.
Lucky 7. You're number 1. I'll take Lucky 7.
Yeah, we'll let the fighters go first, right?
So I'm rolling initiative.
I got it for you.
Oh, okay.
And then Cully. So Tresius, you're changing with Kogan.
Kogan. Yeah.
So which one is mine?
You're number 3.
If you click on the sword,
Number 3. Okay. Someone wants to switch with me. That's fine.
I think we're
we've already
good.
got I think we've got all our fighters front loaded.
Mm,
So it works out.
it's a big icon.
Oh, oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so this thing just like rises up out of the water, and it's very like it doesn't look like a dragon or anything. It looks very very serpentine. But it does have like kind of like very stunty, almost like T-Rex type arms. But Desi, you're up first.
Like a big old salamander.
Like a big old salamander.
A long-necked salamander. I'm going to try to use Path of the Blade and slice it.
So it's got short arms and legs.
Yeah, it's got like little stunty T-Rex arms.
Okay.
And like kind of like it looks like a snake, but with a more elongated and very fang-filled mouth.
Gator snake.
Gator snake.
So if I hit, I'll be spending willpower.
Okay.
Whoa. I can increase the damage by spending willpower.
Yep.
Each by 1.
Yep.
Oh, I have to do that before you roll for armor. So yeah,
River.
it would just be the 1 for the rank 1 to
Yep.
get through armor.
I didn't roll any successes on my armor, so you don't have to.
Okay. Am I able to use the rank 3?
If you'd like.
Okay. I did 4 damage, right?
Yep.
I would like to spend 3.
Damn.
Okay. Perfect. So you cut deep into this creature, it lets out a bellow of pain, and it looks quite angry now.
I'd look pretty angry too if someone just did 7 damage to me.
Whoa.
I'd be dead. So
I'd be, yeah, well, I think many of us would be dead if we took 7 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
You did 3.5 times.
I can spend a willpower to immediately attack again.
Whoa.
Oh, I don't
What
have
talent
much
is
left.
that?
That's Path of the Blade.
Oh,
Path of Conan the Barbarian is what that is.
I'm gonna try it again.
Okay.
Again, I'll be spending willpower.
Okay.
Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe not.
oof.
You can push it if you like, but it's going to be 2 damage to your sword.
No,
We'll
I
get
like
you a new
breath too
sword.
much for that. It's breath. I'm not gonna No.
Can't replace that sword.
That thorn's a
I just
pain in the butt.
Just a big argument with Wyvern's trying to get this back. She's
Harpies.
not a pain in the butt.
Okay.
Harpies. Right.
Kogan. He'll step forward. He will take a swing with his sword. Oof.
Aha. Nice.
He is not as cool a fighter as Desi. He only gets to attack once. That will take us to Ryzen.
Hold on. How much willpower do I have? 5. I'm going to do this because I can, and I don't think I even have to do a roll. Path of the Song 3, where I do my horribly loud shout song thing that does damage to strength.
It won't work because this thing is a monster.
Oh, it has no effect on monsters. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I just read the last. Okay. All right. I guess it's hammer time.
Okay.
Okay. So. Sorry, I would never read that part. Bone Club. What's my artifact bonus again?
So it would be a D8.
D8. Okay.
That is a hit. Because you have Hammer Fighter, you're always going to do 1 as long as you hit.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you close up. You swing that the thigh bone of the dead king.
Yep.
Connecting with this thing, it like resonates. Like this thing, it's got some scaled armor, but it's not super resilient.
Right.
And you feel something pop inside it.
Cool.
Okatai.
I'm gonna throw a Darkwood harpoon at this friendly neighborhood snake heel.
Okay.
And it's a monster?
It is a monster. Oof, that is a solid hit.
So many dice.
Yeah, when I throw spears, it's terrible. And it's gonna take 1 point of strength damage every round because of Harpooner, and since it's the Darkwood one, he also has a Lethality 3 poison thing to resist.
Okay. So it's an endurance roll.
Yeah, that's a lot of endurance.
17
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah, that's its endurance roll.
Oh, I thought that was going to be dice for damage he was rolling.
No. I mean, out of all that, I only got 2 successes.
And it's Lethality 3, so does it anything? Does it do anything?
So lethality 3 means you roll 3 dice.
Okay, I need to roll 3 dice now. Sorry, I didn't add the poison on the throwing spear, so
Yep.
not used to exactly what I need to do. So it's just 3d6?
Yep. Basically, any successes set the difficulty. It's like virulences are like opposed rolls.
Okay.
It's nothing. So it's still going to take the 1, but it's not going to take any ongoing poison.
Okay. And it takes one strand damage every turn because of Harpooner.
Yeah.
As long as we did that.
So it is bleeding profusely and it is roaring and thrashing around in pain. But
And I'm gonna take my free action after that to draw another one.
okay. So it will actually get off one attack before you guys kill it.
No whammies. No whammies.
Oof.
I mean, our relation with random encounter has changed a lot since the beginning.
So it moves erratically, careening into all enemies within near range.
Damn it.
So that is going to be 2 damage to everybody.
Can I roll for my chainmail?
You can, and it cannot be parried, but it can be dodged if anybody has any actions or free dodges.
Oh, okay then. I will dodge.
I get a free dodge.
Use my fast footwork.
Okay. Remember, for dodge, there's a -2 penalty if you want to remain on your feet.
I don't care about that.
Is this everybody?
It is attacking
dodge?
everybody.
How do you dodge?
It's a move roll.
So I have fast footwork 1.
Yep, so you can dodge for free.
Is getting back to your feet a fast action?
It is.
Okay.
So it's move. Okay.
Yeah, it's move to dodge.
I am
Okay.
out. I am out, but I have full
I'm okay.
willpower.
Oh,
Okay, so Okatai takes 1 damage. You can roll for your armor. Kaldi is going to take 2 damage, but can roll for his armor.
I have armor?
I need to roll for my armor.
I don't know.
I don't have any armor.
If you have it.
I got a silver necklace.
But
Trestus is going to take 1 and roll for armor. Desi is going to take 2, but can roll for armor. Ooh, that's so bad. So Desi, you're still going to take 1, and your chainmail gets rent for 3 points of damage.
Ah! Oh no!
So I haven't rolled for armor before. How do I do that?
So on your combat sheet, you'll just see one that says armor.
Nope. Should it be in there?
It's because your armor is in your backpack, not equipped.
Oh.
There.
And just click it and roll?
Up at the top where it says armor, just roll that.
Okay.
So you got 1 on your dodge, so reduces the damage down to 1, and then 1 for your armor, so you're good.
And my roll that I made was at -2 to stay on my feet.
Okay, perfect. So Kaldi goes down.
Surprise, surprise.
He's been down before. He's been down so long it looks like up to him.
So that is going to be either a punctured lung,
Oh,
Ah! No!
but because he is lucky, Or-
I can re-roll a critical injury with the lowest roll tip.
so your choice of a punctured lung or a severed finger.
whoa. Oh.
We also taking the set of their finger since we're out in the freaking wilderness. At least we can fix that with just a hot Brandon iron.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
2 fingers, 2 lungs, right?
Well, I have
That
9
says-
fingers. I've already lost a finger, I think.
yeah, you already lost a finger. I fixed that before.
Back with the crocodile.
But still,
Yes.
9's more than 2.
I gotta stay away from the water.
You do.
Too many lizards in the water. This wasn't my fault. I didn't start anything with this one. I walked away from the rats.
Right. So all the thrashing about of this creature, like you throw yourself for cover. You guys see this thing, like the bulk of this creature just kind of runs over poor Kaldi. Throws everybody kind of to the winds. Kaldi, you're up, but you're broken.
I got knocked off my feet.
Trustius, you're up.
All right, so I can still stand since I did the -2 thing.
Yep.
I'm going to minor action move
Okay.
or fast action move, whatever it's called.
Okay. Give me a mobility roll.
Why exactly?
Just because of the sloshing through like the knee-deep water of the swamp, it's difficult terrain.
Does that take my action?
It does not. But failure means that you end up in the zone you're headed to, but you're prone.
Okay. All right. Mobility move.
Move, yeah. Okay, you're good.
Okay, so I'll move there. I don't need to aim with my bow, and I'll just take a shot.
Okay.
I don't have to aim because of quick shot.
Yep. Do you have fast shooter 2?
I have fast shooter 1.
Okay.
Fast shooter 1. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, fast shooter 2 lets you shoot as you move.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. But I can still shoot, right?
You can, yep.
And I'll take a shot. And I don't have to spend willpower for piercing armor until I make my roll, right?
Correct.
New talents. Trying to figure them out. I'll push that.
Okay.
And I'll miss.
Yep. So you're not used to this moving, dodging creatures, firing off a shot that the arrow kind of like it catches your finger, and you're for a brief moment you're like, no, I'm gonna be like Coldy, but then you look at and it's
Oh, I'm gonna be like Cody.
Not going on.
yeah. But
I'm no longer in near. That's the most important.
you are no longer in near. That will take us to Desi.
Oh, fast action to get back on my feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to slash at it. Path of Blight.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh, ignore that. I accidentally hit the push button for you.
Ah,
Oh, shoot.
I will undo that. Give me 1 second.
thank you.
Oh,
Round 1 went so much better than round 2.
I mean, I can fix breath if you need me to, but
Oh, cut it. Okay. There you go. So you missed with that shot. You do still have your. You could spend a willpower for another attack if you wanted.
yes,
Oh.
I will.
Okay.
I think my critical injuries are now gone because we were in the city long enough.
Yes.
Okay. Yay, no more critical injuries.
That's better.
Right. So Desi, how would you like to do this?
Yay.
You deserve that after that first round.
She's gonna follow the same path that she followed before with her sword. The first time she struck it, was kind of up through its belly, like belly to throat, if it was a more legged type creature. And she's going to say, well, it worked before, there's already a groove there, and just go in through the same path again.
Okay.
It's messy, but it's split up the middle.
So a shower of blood and entrails kind of flows over you, and the creature kind of slumps, quite dead.
And need to wash this off. She'll just kind of shake her hand and her sword down toward the water, like trying to get the worst of it off.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was.
Desi looks like a character in Dragon Age.
That was disgusting.
No, Katai, I think our goblin's broken.
Oh,
Yep.
shit. She'll turn around and immediately start heading toward Goldie.
I'll fix his finger, but I'll need someone to get him back on his feet. Risen, if you could give a hand.
Yeah. Which is it? Path of the Hymn or
I
Song?
won't go to school today.
Well, I was asking for medicine, but
Oh yeah, I can do medicine.
if you want to go straight out to willpower,
No, we'll start with medicine. I like my willpower. Where's medicine again? Healing.
Healing. Yep.
No modifiers. Okay, let's go. What? That's empathy, right?
It is. Yep.
All right, I'll push that. Oh, for crying out loud! Well, at least I got a success,
Doing
right?
anyway, right?
All right. So it's going to be three points of strength restored to Goldie.
I only have 2, but thank you.
But yeah, being called on to be the healer apparently does not sit well with Ryzen.
God damn it!
It's better he heals you than I do.
But taking just a quick glance around, looking at the size of this creature, and kind of looking at its musculature, which is fairly easy to see now since it's been split open. It looks like it is a creature capable of constricting, and that would probably explain the wreckage. If it like wrapped around the cart and just squeezed, it would shatter it like an egg.
that's probably what broke a part of them.
Oh, and since you did cut it open, Desi, inside you do see partially dissolved bits of people.
Huh.
Like
That was going to be my next question. It's like, how many bodies can we account for?
Could we try to get some letter out of that?
You could, if you want to take the afternoon to do so.
Okay, it's an afternoon meeting.
Yeah, it's a big creature and it's fairly tough.
Hey, Goldie.
Chris, can I look around real quick to see if maybe the icon is dislodged?
It is not here.
It is not here. Okay,
No.
perfect.
It is not inside the snake.
It is not inside the snake.
So they kept going with the cart, even without a wheel.
No, most of the cart is here. It looks like they went going on foot.
But they
Loot
took
the
it with them.
corpses. Loot the corpses.
But they did take the wagon with them, or the idol with them. They had a bunch of slaves. There's not quite enough bodies here to account for all the people you saw. So
They kept going.
Mr. Colby, I think I've fixed your finger at least. It's the best I could do.
Thanks. So now I'm missing 2 fingers on my left hand.
sure, you could miss one on each hand if you like.
Nah. No.
If he's gonna lose a hand, might as well have lost all the finger from it first.
Yeah, I still want to be able to properly
by
grip some, at least with one hand. In case I have to like climb a rope or something.
I could try to make you a little prosthesis, a little finger, so you can butter your toast still.
Exactly.
You need to stop letting.
I had nothing to do with it. I was way back. It was just big and hit me.
It was big.
Apparently the cultists have figured out a way to rego hands. No? Alright. Oh,
No,
no.
no.
No
They don't-
tentacle, please.
They don't come back as hands.
Did we loot the corpses?
Uh,
There were some
You
cultists
can't
here.
do
Did
that.
cultists have anything as well?
I will wash off while you do that.
Yeah, I will do that. I will hunt for treasure.
I will get clean. Ish.
I'm gonna
Clean
I'm gonna grab like fangs from the beast, so we have a trophy of some sort.
Oh,
Okay.
mm.
I know it's more
Skin
of a
it.
resin. It's more of a resin thing, but I feel like in liking good
Yeah, take some teeth.
for your bag
Yeah.
of teeth, resin.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So as you're looking around and kind of policing the bodies, as it were, Cody, since you're specifically looking, I'm going to get you to give me a scouting roll and an endurance roll.
I have to make those rolls. I don't really want to.
Do that.
All right, I'll give it a shot. We're gonna be resting anyway, right?
soon, I hope.
That didn't. I'm broken. I cannot act. You got to unbreak me first.
Oh, because you took agility damage too, didn't you?
I took 1 piece of agility damage and 2 strength knocked me out, so I was broken.
Yeah, Ryzen healed your strength.
And I heal you wound.
Yeah, I got rid of the critical wound, but there you go.
Okay, cool.
Now you should be good.
Goading and endurance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So as you're looking over, it doesn't look like they've got anything on them. Like, they've got a couple of copper pieces. They're not completely poor, but they have what you would expect to find on cultists, which is not a lot of anything.
Crappy beads that they overpaid for just to be part of this stupid cult.
Any holy symbol or anything on them?
No, but as you're looking over them, Caldy, you do notice that one of the partially digested arms inside the wyvern has it's not completely an arm, it's not completely a tentacle, but it looks like an arm that was in the process of morphing into a tentacle.
Yes.
Nasty.
I'll point that out to Disney. That's gross.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's nasty. No, that's. See, that's what we need to stop.
And then I'll go explain that to Trestius, who's on AFK right now, but we'll tell him when he gets back.
And you kind of like roll over one of the bodies that's floating in the water, one of the ones that did not get eaten, and you
Right.
realize that possibly the reason why they get eaten is because this body is just covered in like sores and lesions.
Stop touching things.
Yes. Gross.
Yeah. And just so you know, that's what that endurance roll was for, was to see whether or not you catch a disease, but I also rolled 0 successes, so you're fine.
Oh,
Ooh.
good.
Wonderful.
Desi's
Man,
gonna.
I almost had a really bad session there.
Desi's gonna like get a little bit further away from this corpse and the muck that's seeping out into the murkyish water, and wipe herself down as best she can with water and leaves. I'm gonna go AFK for a second.
Well, they lost a couple of people, but I guess the most able one fled with Gydo, so the hunt is still on.
Trestius. Oh,
What time
sorry.
of day is it?
Desi's AFK. Trestius, what you missed was one of the corpses that was eaten was in the process of growing tentacles. And one of the ones that wasn't eaten because it was covered in very sickly sores. I had to make an endurance roll so I didn't have to catch a disease.
Yeah, like one of the partially digested arms looks like it was in the process of morphing into a tentacle. So it's not just a matter of like replacing lost parts with gross things. It seems like somehow whatever is happening mutates existing limbs into things.
I'm not a big thing about Inquisition and stuff, but I think the good answer to all of this is purge. We need to purge them.
Fire. Yes.
Lots of it. Preferably.
Yeah, we'll set this shit on fire.
Oh, they're currently soaking in marsh water, so that might be hard. But the one that are still dry and moving, I think those would be good kindling. And talking about that, if it's not too, I think we should go away from here. That's what I'm gonna want to say. Like, we should keep moving.
I agree. We gotta find these things, put them down.
The sooner we find them, and the sooner we're farther away from that thing, that pile of bodies, and let's just move. Chris, do I know anything about that creature we just killed as a druid? Is that a natural occurring thing, or?
No, it is not. It seems like it is much like the people, perhaps some sort of mutation of a swamp snake, or possibly some type of less intelligent wyvern.
Oh.
Can I make a lore or an insight roll to see if this cult has anything to do with the main demon that's taken all the souls for people that die on this island? Given what we find on the corpses.
Yeah, you can make a lore roll.
I should do this after I sleep, but yeah, I'm not pushing.
Yeah, you don't find anything on them that would indicate anything. You do know that when you first encountered the cult, they had an altered symbol of the god Rust. So you don't think they're related to any sort of demon cult. You think it's more of a perversion of an existing religion.
Okay.
I have no training in alchemy, but eventually I'd like to give it a try. From my lore, is there anything I know we could take from that snake that could be useful for that endeavor?
You don't think so? Like, looking at it, I mean, the obvious things that you would take from an animal would be the scales, but the scales don't seem to be anything really to write home about. And
No poison sac, no nothing that could be used for poison or potion. Okay.
Yeah, since you like deliberately removed the teeth for Ryzen, they weren't hollow like fangs are. So you don't suspect the creature was venomous.
Okay.
Which leads credence to the fact that it seems to primarily be a constrictor.
Okay. Give me a good idea, but I'll be staying aware of those kind of thing in the future.
Okay. All right. So you guys are continuing on in the afternoon?
If people are functional, I would.
I'm good to travel. I'll have to sleep in the evening.
Well, I'll make camp. Let's move for another quarterly. I'll make camp, and people can sleep then and at night, and we'll try to catch up to them after that. It's the best I can offer right now. Because we need to get away from here and maybe in a drier spot to make camp.
That'd be nice.
So as you guys pull yourself on, a little bit winded. Desi's brand new chainmail has needs some patchwork done on it. People are a little bit beaten, a little bit dejected, but not physically injured. Kind of pull yourself out of the swamp and into this drier, hillier area. You need a lead the way roll and a scouting roll.
The good news is, we don't have to backtrack west.
True.
We know for sure they came this way.
I'll do the scouting. Caldy's still messed up, right?
No. I mean, I need sleep, but and my scouting right now would be not great. It would be 4.
Yeah, I'll do it. We're the same, so. Oh, you made it. Well,
No successes on the lead the way roll, though.
I'll push it.
Still no successes, and damage applied to wits.
uh-oh. I lost.
Ooh, a mishap table.
Shit.
Oh. Alright. So you guys travel, and you travel. And you travel. And then a couple of things there, Trustius, since you're scouting. And you got a success at the very least. You notice it's starting to get misty, and the sound around you starts to die down. And even the little small talk that you're making back and forth feels a little hollow. And the hairs on the back of your neck start to stand up. And you see that this mist that is starting to circle around you seems to be moving, even though there is no wind.
Does that ring a bell to Trustius?
I don't think Trustius got caught in the mist before, did he?
No, but he's 500 years old.
You do recognize these. This is something akin to blood mist.
You fled into a 3 last time.
Oh yeah, we ran into it once.
Yep.
Yep.
But because you succeeded on your scouting roll, everybody is allowed to make a move roll to get out of the mist.
Oh God. Yeah, mist is bad, right?
I don't know if I've ever successfully made a move roll.
Yeah, it made me go into depression and almost let myself be eaten by a beast last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing that my
Did
desire
not
to become a
do it.
hunter made me raise my move.
I got out, but I paid for it.
And poor Caldy did not get out, and I just need a move roll from Ryzen.
Poor Caldy.
It's not Caldy's day.
He's just a punching bag.
I do have a rope. I can try to lasso him.
Just harpoon him. Drag him up.
I thought about it, but he's so fragile. I don't want to break him. Lose him another finger.
Right.
I need to get myself a net.
The other thing that you notice, Trustius, as the mist starts to swirl and starts to get thicker and thicker. There are things moving in that mist,
Oh, like we saw last time.
like you saw last time. They look almost like solidified pieces of mist.
Yeah, he'll raise the alarm like everybody up. Because that worked last time, right? We climbed trees and rocks and.
Yep. And
Yeah.
the third thing that you notice,
Oh.
is as you're like climbing the tree, you're like, wait a minute. This is the tree that we used as a latrine like 2 hours ago. Like I remember this nook in it.
Peed on that tree.
And you realize that for the last several hours you have been traveling in circles.
Future problem. First problem. Get out of the mist.
Right.
What has this mist done to me?
Nothing quite yet. On the next round it will.
Once I'm up, can I throw a rope at Colby?
Maybe.
I do have Phasma.
Oh, Rise, you didn't make it.
Oh. All right. So
Short people problems.
so on the next round, Caldi and Ryzen can both give me insight rolls.
When I'll click it. Ryzen, we're screwed.
Climb the tree and get high.
Sorry, guys. What?
Okay.
Sorry, guys. What did I miss?
So as you guys were traveling, this thick mist started to roll in, and everybody started making for high ground. Everybody except for you and Caldi made it. And as this mist is starting to get in, you succeed on your insight, so you're fine there.
Is it like that mist from that time outside the cave?
Exactly like that.
Oh, the blood mist or whatever it was called.
Yep. Caldi, I need an insight. Okay. Both of you are currently fine. You're having trouble seeing, and the mist is getting thicker, and you can see that there are things moving in the mist. Okay. What would the rest of you like to do?
I'd like to throw them a rope to give them a hand coming to high ground.
Okay. You certainly can. That will give them +1 for the rope and +1 for your assist on their next move roll to get out.
Yes. If they can grab on the rope, I can bring them up.
Yeah. What's your strength?
4.
I'll say you'd be strong enough that, I mean, they're both, like, thankfully it's both of your little guys that are down there.
Yep. I'm thinking for small people.
So either, I'll do it this way. Either you can make a might roll with no bonuses, or one of them can make a move roll with a +2.
So right now, Caldi and I are the ones who are caught in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
My move base is 2, because my agility is down to 1 and my move is 1. So what's the other option? What would that?
So
odds
either
of that be?
So either you or Ryzen can make a move roll at +2 for the rope and Okatai's assistance, or Okatai could make a might roll with no bonus.
What's your might?
My might would be 4. I don't have.
So same difference, right?
Well, Risen, how much move do you have?
0, and I'm currently only at a 1 agility.
Okay, so it's a 4 dice, whatever we do.
Right. So I would say, let me roll. I assume you can only pull one of us, right?
No, because it's you and Ryzen. I'm letting him pull both of you with the might roll.
Would he get a better number if he only pulled one of us?
If he wants to just pull one of you up, he can do it without a roll.
All right, so pull Risen out, and I'll make my move roll. That way you don't feel guilty about if I fail. It's +2, right?
No, it's only +2 if you're taking the rope.
Oh shit! All right, well I guess I'm taking the rope. I guess you're making the roll. Good luck.
Well, if you do the move at +2, you get both of you out.
Yeah, the might roll would get both of them as well.
Okay. So any way we roll, we get both of you out. So it's 4 dice, and if it works, we get both of you out. So let's try this.
Yeah, so it's roll for both, or one guy gets out for free.
Yep.
Oh, he got it. He
All
got
right.
it.
All right. So you pull and you pull and you pull, and you get them up into the tree, and you do see these shapes moving through, like underneath you. But once you're up and out of the mist, they don't pay any attention at all to you. They don't look up. They don't look around. They don't sniff the air. Nothing. As long as you're out of the mist, they pay no attention to you.
Yeah, I remember this one.
So does anyone have a hammock?
Mist should pass soon.
Yeah. I mean, if we did have a hammock, it would have been a good way to pass the time.
Gradually, the mist clears, but as it does, it is getting on into evening.
I'm gonna have to sleep, or at the very least, meditate.
I'll have to make camp.
I could do with some sleep.
Sleep.
Okay.
I need at least one person to stand guard while I make camp. The other you can
No
try to
problem.
sleep, but it's gonna be straight on the ground till the camp is
I'll
made.
keep watch.
So just be aware that you need a bit of endurance if you want to try to sleep right now.
Dizzy, I can watch if you need sleep.
I can watch for now while he's setting
Oh.
up camp.
So survival roll from Okatai. Oh, 3 successes. And a scouting roll from Desi. Ooh, nice.
Hey.
That's not like Dizzy.
And as the evening passes into night, it's all quiet. You know, the tent gets set up. Trustius is busy meditating. Desi's keeping watch. Other people are sleeping or resting. Desi, as it starts to get into like the darker hours of night, you can see little pinpricks of firelight to your southeast.
Okay.
They're going around.
Yep. Basically, due to the nature of hex maps, you guys have basically circled around to where you saw the lights the first night.
I'm sorry, it was to the south.
Southeast.
what?
Southeast.
Okay.
They're probably faster without the cart, right?
One would think.
Imagine.
Yeah, I think.
But it does. From when everybody kind of gets out of the meditation, sits around the campfire talking in the night. It doesn't seem like those lights have moved from where Trustius saw them.
They might have made camp somewhere and just started something.
Could try to aim to go to those lights.
Hmm.
See what we find.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the tent up?
As soon as people have finished sleeping. But yeah.
Because I
Or
like to sleep. I was keeping
Well-
watch while the camp was set up. There's someone else who's keeping watch overnight.
Yeah.
Called
I'm
me,
done
I
with the
think.
camp. It's my time to go to sleep.
Me too.
All right, get some rest.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I need some rest too.
Okay. So I will need a scouting roll at -2 from Trustius.
Oh, -2. Well, Caldy's up, right?
Caldy will need sleep.
Who
I'm-
did sleep?
do I
Who
get the
did-
-2 as well?
who did
No.
sleep? Who
I'll stay
did
up
sleep?
then. I'll sleep next round.
Okay.
Who did sleep while I was building camp?
Oh, that's
Your
fine.
-2 is less than 4, right?
Some
Uh,
people
my
said-
my
some people said
scouting
they-
-2 is 2.
And okay, and if I'm I don't get that -2, correct?
Correct.
Chris? So I'll just do it. I'll stay
Wait.
up.
Okay.
I'll
Who
rest
did,
next round.
who did sleep while I was making camp?
Trustius meditated.
Okay. But what did Risen and Cody did?
They could have rested. Neither one of them is necessarily going to make the endurance roll.
All right.
All right.
All right. So I pushed and I got it. Got a 1.
Right. So the morning comes to pass. It is sunny. It is pleasant. There's a slight breeze in the air. The breeze carries with it the smell of salt water.
Lovely. I still need sleep.
Can we hit the rest button?
Yes, you can hit the rest button.
Chris, after my sleep, can I increase fast shooter to level 2?
Yep, if you've got the XP for it, sure.
I do.
And everybody can roll for their food and water.
I said 2-1 and D12.
Yep. Apparently everybody's quite thirsty this morning.
Yes.
Clearly. Must be the salt
I
in the air.
probably used some of my water to finish washing off the rest of that.
Stop
Yes.
washing out your socks with the drinking water.
Everybody is thirsty. But you do have the morning. Apparently Caldy needs to sleep, so what would the rest of you like to do in the morning?
Can we carry him while he sleeps, or?
No. I mean, you can carry him, but then he's not sleeping.
Right. So we have our sleep schedule all screwed up.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, completely.
Well, I can go on for food or try to find some material for my spells. Because if I on for food and we don't have time to cook it, it's no good. So
Yep.
Something else that you guys have as an option today. So whoever is leading the way,
yep.
can spend a quarter day to basically get your bearings, because you know that you have traveled in circles and you are lost.
Right.
So it takes a quarter day to find your way and a successful survival roll.
Okay. Is that considered as exploring the X?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It
So, like,
is. It's like shit. And
I'm
the
lost.
the realization that you have no idea where you are.
Okay. Well, while he's sleeping, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'll keep watch while people are trying to figure out where we are. I mean, what we know is that the cultists, I think, are that way.
Right.
I mean, do we need other bearings?
That's the funny thing though is people don't walk in straight lines.
So even if we know it's that way, there might be things we cannot walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So 2 successes there. So at the end or at the start of the afternoon, you will know which direction you're heading.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's good.
So Desi is standing guard. I'm trying to get my bearings back.
Caldi is sleeping, so that's Trustius and Ryzen.
If anybody's gonna go foraging, look for white moss.
Okay, what do you want us to do?
You can do whatever you want, but if you go foraging, you can look for white moss.
Okay.
Else me fix you when you get broken.
Okay. Foraging is what? Survival?
It is -1 because it is springtime.
White moss or clay. If you find one or the other, I'm good.
Sorry, it's -1, you said?
Yep.
I forget, do you do a minus or in brackets?
Minus.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. So you can find one thing. You can either find enough water to fill everybody's water skins, one vegetable that can be turned into food, or one ingredient for a spell, either clay or white moss.
Which one did you want? White moss?
Yeah, white moss.
Yeah, I'll go for the white
moss
moss.
is healing.
Yep.
White moss is for broken arms. Clay is for when you feel bad about yourself or about the
Yep.
world or just depressed.
Okay. Let's do
What
the
do we
white
have
moss.
to be reversed about?
Here you go. Play with some Play-Doh. You'll feel better.
Somehow my thing that yield wits and empathy needs clay, so have some Play-Doh.
What is Trustius doing in the afternoon? Or in the morning?
Trustius is going to take a little stroll away from being in near range. And he's going to sit down with his book and flip it open and take a little look. And that priestess, what was her name?
Catalia?
Mother Catalia?
Mother Catalia?
Yep.
I'm going to cast a blood curse. Page 139.
Yikes.
And I'm going to boil her blood.
Ooh.
Wow.
I have a general idea where she's at, and I know her name.
You also know that she's dead because Okatai impaled her with a spear and dragged her over to him.
No, they took her away.
Yeah, I thought we left her alive.
Oh, did you? Oh yeah, it was through her leg. Right.
Yeah.
I did not finish her, but her wound could have killed her depending on how good they
Yeah.
are.
Right.
Oh, I'm going
Yeah.
to kill her regardless. But,
Gotcha. Right. So yes, you can definitely do that then.
so I'm going to spend a quarter day conducting a ritual that you people need to stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
Arc the Ankylosaur.
I was going to say.
How far away do we need to be?
You're fine right there,
Probably.
more or less.
Probably. Might want to be back in the village.
All right.
I mean, you might as well try, right?
Yep. victim suffers damage to an attribute of your choice. The amount of damage equals the power level, and the victim takes 1 point of damage per quarter day until the full effect is reached.
Yep. So I'm going to use strength,
Okay.
and I'm going to use what? Blood courage. Let's do 3 willpower.
Sure.
I don't have the ingredient, and I can't save cast it, obviously. This should be bad.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, it's like the first time in forever your spell didn't mishap.
Look at that. This will slow her down.
Just make a note here.
We're doing like a chase with boats, right? Like when sailboats chase each other, they're going like relatively very, very minor relative speed. So slowing this lady down might help.
Okay.
Or let her know that we're ready for a higher form of war.
Yeah. She's like, your puny magic? Pfft.
So the morning passes. Trustius, you come back feeling accomplished with yourself. Ryzen, you have found some potentially much needed moss that can be used for healing. Desi, everything seems fine and dandy. Okatai, you now know which direction you need to go. And Caldy, you have gotten some sleep and can hit your rest button.
Thank God.
I found the bat out of the circle.
That's a pretty good quarter day, guys.
Not bad.
Right. And yes, as you guys start to travel in the afternoon, you are now into very, very hilly terrain. Not quite mountainous, but some of these hills are they're a little bit daunting. There's a lot of helping to help each other with the pathways and stuff like that. And you get to a couple of rises where you can kind of see around a little bit, and you can see a couple miles to the north of where you are. You can see the glimmer of the sun on water, and it's expansive enough that you're pretty sure that's not a river. And you can see off to your direct east from here. You can see some trees. Looks like a lightly forested area, not a thick jungle canopy like there is down by your village, but more of a kind of a deciduous forest. And from where you are, way in the distance there, Caldy, since you're normally the thing, almost directly due east from here, you can see the mountains that you're familiar with where the castle was.
Yeah. We roughly know where we are then.
If they come this way, they didn't go north as you told them to, Okatai.
Well, it's a breach of contract, and I have to deal with that. I said I'd leave them alive if they go where I told them to.
Right.
But I didn't know about the slave at that point.
Let's
Yeah, I
go
think that
find
kind
them.
of changes things.
Right. So you guys kind of pick up, start heading in the direction of the lights and stuff that you had seen for a few days. I'm going to need a lead the way roll, no penalty, and a scouting roll.
I'll take the
Caldy.
scouting roll.
Yeah, you can do that one now, right?
Yeah, I'm back up to 6.
Holy shit, Okadai.
I don't
5
feel
successes?
I don't feel lost this time. Last time I did a 5 success on Lead the Way, I found a Darkwood. Got him to be my best friend.
So you guys move through the hills. It doesn't take you long. Moving through the hills is much easier than moving through the swamp. And Caldy, as you're scouting ahead, you can see now. You get to a point where you can come to like a little rise and kind of get a look, and you see, what you're pretty sure are the cultists. They seem to have set up like a little encampment. There's like 3 or 4 tents. What draws your attention is they've got a couple of soldiers, guards maybe with them. You think maybe they may have met up with like more of their people. And what looks like the very, very rudimentary beginnings of some sort of archaeological dig site.
Ooh, that's potentially profitable.
And problematic.
And it's very rudimentary. Like they couldn't have been at this for more than a day or two.
We didn't bring the. Did we bring the orc friend with us? That's Kogan, right?
Yep.
Yep, Kogan is here. Promise him something more entertaining than guard duty.
But archaeological site could mean bad stuff for Trestius. Stuff we should keep away from Trestius. But it could also mean lots
The
of
one that
valuable
understands
stuff.
it the most. Why would you keep it away from me?
Well, you know, so you don't go crazy or power hungry and kill us all.
Yeah, Callie gives him the old Spock one-eyed raised eyebrow.
I've never killed any of you.
That is true. And I appreciate that you didn't finish it with yet.
We all know it was there,
Magic is unpredictable. Yes, we've had this speech.
Yeah,
You're
we've
pretty
had
careful.
that.
You keep fairly far away from us when you're casting something really big.
No, the priestess is probably dead, incidentally.
Was it a poison harpoon?
Yeah. But I don't think it's the poison harpoon. But the harpoon is poisoned. I'm thinking of getting into making poison so I can poison my poisonous wood harpoon that I use to make people bleed. I can make them more having trouble with me.
Desi's still watching Trestius.
I can make you poison if you like.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Did you do something?
Yes, I've killed her.
How?
Well,
You didn't leave the camp.
I don't have to leave a camp to kill someone.
And you certainly wouldn't have run that far, that fast anyway.
How to explain?
Is that some form of curse?
She was a threat and someone we wanted to stop, yes.
Yes.
So I stopped
Kind of
her.
what we came up. Okay. That still doesn't tell me how.
I exploded her heart.
From here.
From anywhere, really.
Desi will take half a step back. Not even sure she's conscious that she's taking half a step back. Good
thought-
to know.
Thought we wanted to stop the priestess.
Oh, we do.
I think she's just.
evil and vile, and
I think she's worried about Brius.
I've
Actually-
committed no crime.
Brit's reaction did not even cross my mind. I'm wondering why we came all this way if you could explode her heart from a distance.
Because we want to save the slave. And killing the priestess will not be enough to save the slave. But
If you give me a little bit of time, I can kill just about anyone that you want me to. It takes work and effort, but did I do something wrong?
No, I'm just wondering why we came all this way if you could have just done it from home.
Never occurred to me.
Okay, I don't feel so stupid now.
I mean,
Is there anyone else you'd like me to kill?
Goldie
mm,
kind of starts thinking about that visibly.
anybody that I think needs to die, I think I would rather take care of personally. Up close.
I'll keep that in mind.
good to know that's an option.
I mean, I'm okay with her weird iron thing magic being gone long before I get to the rest of her followers. Perfectly
No.
okay with that.
I expect the icon will still be there. Probably
We
special
might
have-
orders.
We'll still
We might
need
have
to
a chat later, Trustius.
We need to destroy that icon. We need to free the slave. And we need to make sure that Risen doesn't go on an assassination rampage to get back to all the people who stole from him.
We do?
People stole from Ryzen?
I made a brain fart on that. Sorry, I meant
Oh,
Goldie.
Goldie.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
I mean, Risen could want to get some people assassinated too, but I think it's not for stealing from him.
There's no one on this island so far that I want to have assassinated, so.
Is there anyone on the continent? Well, I'd
What?
rather not ask. I should not ask those questions with Brias around.
No, you probably shouldn't.
Now I gotta start making up a list.
He's making a list. He's checking it
If
twice.
they're
This has
digging,
not
though,
gone how I expected.
how do you expect it to go?
Typically, my people react in fear when they realize the power that I have.
So what do we think they're digging?
Are you on our side?
Yes.
Are you going to use it against any of us?
I hope not. But I understand that.
See, I've got this, and she'll put her hand on Brieth. And you guys trust me with it. Or this, and she'll put her hand on her other sword. Right? You trust me not to kill you in your sleep.
Yep.
I do.
Or
Part of
just
it.
when you're awake.
It's part of the deal.
So, if you're using whatever that heart explosion thing was to keep the rest of us safe and against someone that we all agree needed to go, it's not all that different from me using these. Except, it's farther away.
Except that, and I've not done this, but I could convince you that this is okay, yes.
Are you convincing me it's okay?
I'm not, but I can.
But you don't need to, because
Yes.
it's okay. So, again, I could hold the blade to your throat until you agree that I can keep my swords.
Probably wouldn't work out for you very well.
Maybe. I don't plan to test it. Do you?
I do not.
Okay.
We agreed to be together. We agree that people have different methods of doing things and different aptitude to do things. As long as we agree that we're together in this, you can use your ability to make it easier for all of us.
I'm not complaining if she's dead when I get there. I mean, would I have enjoyed chopping her head off? Probably. Should I enjoy it? Probably not.
If she's not dead yet, she will be in the coming days.
One way or another, yeah. But
Her fate's sealed already.
I'm not going to worry about it. Unless the sword keeps me awake, I'm not going to lose sleep over it either. And
Thank
I
you,
don't
Dizzy.
think she's going to keep. You're welcome. For what?
I was cast out of my culture for the things that I can do. To have some measure of acceptance, if somewhat timid, is worth a lot to me. Thank you.
We're on this island together. We need to be a tribe. We need to be a family. Just make sure that next time I'll warn me and I'll keep my mount if I ever find one away from whatever you're doing.
I couldn't. Yeah, never mind.
I mean, I know. I know my magic can mishap too.
Your magic has been very troubling.
Yeah.
Disrupted mine several times.
The only time I risk my magic being troubled is when our life is at risk. That's why I was angry. Because we were just in a camp when things happened. But our magic is not used for the same things. But
No,
I
they are
got
not.
angry because it didn't seem like urgent. My magic is used to save someone dying now. It's used to stop something trying to kill you now. It get risky because I don't have time to prepare. When I take my time, things are safer. I got angry because we were in a safe time. We were in a safe place. And I got angry because I need that link to nature to not waste away. And I lost that. Find another one, but on the moment I couldn't see why, because there was no urgency. Thing was safe. But I get it. Your magic doesn't work like mine. It's not used for the same reason.
And my magic costs more than yours.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
And I need to preferably take that from the trees, from the grass. And I expect this is not something that you prefer to hear, but taking it from nature makes it so I don't have to take it from someone else.
Well, right now my magic is taking from me because I don't have a link to it. I need to find one back, or I'll waste away each time I try to fix all of you.
And how do we do that?
I need an intermediate between me and nature. That's what I was trying to do with the fox, with the big lizard, and I was on a trail to find another one. Tried to find another creature I could bind with, but this seems more urgent. We need to save those slaves. So let's save those people, and I'll try to get back to trying to get myself a link with nature.
Can I make a request?
Yeah.
Not that fucking squirrel.
Deal.
What about the
Okay.
squirrel?
It's not. I'm not gonna bind with the squirrel.
I like this squirrel.
Lucius
My
is awesome.
tribe usually bind with mounts, so I think it's rule out the squirrel.
I mean, maybe not for Calden.
I used to have a mount, but the Empire executed it before sending me here. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's much.
yeah, in front of me, because they don't like when people try to change the rule of law and try to liberate themselves from the Empire.
That's fine. You don't
Yeah.
have to kill a mount for it. I mean, it didn't choose anything.
Yeah, they sent me here forever,
It's just
so
stupid.
I will. They sent me here forever, so I won't need it anymore. But it's hard when that link is broken.
You just set the fucking animal free. How hard is that?
Yeah,
Sell it off to somebody else. Put it on in a little display cage or something. Killing
Yeah.
it was just that was an
Just-
asshole move.
Okatai, I can't help you with my magic. There's no way I can summon a creature or convince it to assist.
it's fine.
But I can give my power to you.
It's fine.
when
We're
time
getting
comes.
we're getting to a point where we have enough to survive that I can take the time to find something to link with. It's just that
Sorry,
it's been a
you can-
while. It's been a while we're here, and it's been a while I've trying to keep people alive, and it's starting to take a toll. That's why I lashed out to you when the Ankylosaurus died. It's starting to take a toll.
You
But I
can give
understand.
your magic to people?
When I
My power, yes.
Trustees.
I can lend my will to someone else or take your will, preferably with your permission.
Well, if I ever feel like I'm bursting with pride, I'll let you know. It might be a while. Huh. It's good to know, though. I mean, is it just like magic, or
It's relatively painless.
no? But I mean, is it just Okatai that you could help that way, or is it like?
Oh, no. No, I can assist you as well.
Huh. I was thinking
Nor anyone, really.
Culty not losing any more fingers, maybe.
Can you grow my fingers back?
Mm,
I did
maybe
the
after
most
we find the idol. I think there might be something there.
I did the most I could for your finger. I cannot regrow limbs though. Not yet, at least. Maybe
Chris, as
maybe if I find a teacher who's better at healing, maybe I could.
Yep, as you're talking.
I mean, Desi looks directly at Trustius when she speaks to him.
Who
But
is looking at his feet the entire time, right?
yeah, that's fine. In the in-between times when people are talking, she's gonna be kind of looking around. And am I seeing anything that could be construed as a volcano?
No.
Okay.
But Give me a scouting roll, because I'm assuming this conversation is happening as you guys are, on a little bit of a rise, kind of looking over this dig site. Behind cover, obviously, so you can't be spotted.
Sorry, you want a scouting from me?
Yeah, since you're the one that specified you were looking around.
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
You're human.
I am human, and I never remember that.
Volcanoes are hard to miss.
You could what could you scout as a human?
My eyes are so strong.
Scouting with Mike.
Those
I'm
human
so early,
eyes.
I stand up so straight and tall, I can see everything.
I squint with the might of 10 men.
'Cause
Literally
she
nothing
is,
I could do.
'cause she is human.
God, I do and don't want to push that. Shit.
I do and don't want to go to bed, but it's 10:30. I gotta go, guys.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night.
All right, take
We'll
care.
see you on the next one.
Yep.
Here's Tony.
I'll push.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh, a success.
Hey.
Oh, it worked.
All right. So as you're having this conversation, kind of like one eye kind of on the dig site, you do notice one of the diggers, who you're guessing are the slaves, judging by the fact that they don't have any like weapons or armor or anything.
You don't bring slaves along and then dig yourself.
Exactly.
Make them do the digging.
Kind of like picks something up out of the dirt and kind of holds it up. And this fighter figure in chainmail kind of roughly grabs from you. You have no idea. You're not anywhere close enough to hear what's being said. And then takes whatever it was that was found up to the. There's a bad echo
Sorry,
someplace.
you need to mute Yorick.
He's got it. So he takes whatever it was that was found. This chainmail clad warrior takes it over and hands it to another gentleman, who, judging by kind of the cape that he's wearing, seems to have some position of authority. And then there's some motioning back and forth. It seems like they found something. You're going to guess something fairly small because you can't make out what it is. You can just see them handing something off.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't hear what's being said. But they do kind of move some of the slaves around to dig in the area where that thing was found. And it gets you an idea. You get a chance to kind of get a gauge as to what they have there. So you're guessing there's probably about not quite a dozen slaves. Looks like there's maybe three of these guards, and then what catches your attention though, there's the one that seems to be in charge of this dig site, with the white cloak. Looks like maybe reddish trim at this distance. You did not see him with the religious procession, nor did you see the two warriors wearing full-on plate armor, with armored horses.
Guys? They've met up with somebody else, and that somebody else has coin for plate armor and armored mounts.
Boy.
So we might get to solve your problem, Mokutai, if we can keep them alive.
Do my
But
best.
she'll be like squinting off into the distance. I can't tell what they pulled out of the ground. And her hand will go back onto Riet's hilt again.
Give me an insight roll.
Kind of like she's, oh god.
Don't forget you're human.
I am human. I have no idea how I could use any of my
Well,
things
it's
I'm
hard.
actually good at.
It's harder to say because it's a blind
There's
roll. We don't know why you're rolling, so it's hard to make a suggestion.
You could probably use might to force yourself to not draw the sword.
Oh. Okay, I will use might to not draw the sword then. And I will use my last willpower on that.
We talked about taking the horse.
That's true.
It's spoils of war. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, okay. And you're like, Breed didn't seem to react to the theft of the horse.
More the
But-
digging something up.
More the digging something up.
Yeah, that's what I was. See, the whole time we've been chasing, and when they started digging, it's like, oh, that's been on her mind the whole time. That's why I was wondering about like if there was anything that could be construed as a volcano around this area.
Nope. Just a hilly area. But because you did actually succeed on your scouting roll, aside from the slaves, you don't see any other sign of the religious procession.
That's weird. They might have just been delivering people and gone on to somewhere. We haven't seen any hint of a town though in this direction, have we?
No, but this is as far north as you guys have been.
That's true. But the
Well, how-
Saurian town
Sorry,
would
Dave.
have been farther north.
The Saurian town would have been in the swamps that you guys left.
Okay, because these guys are to the southeast of us, where they're digging.
These guys?
I don't know. The folks that we're chasing.
So on the Isle of Dread map,
Yes. We've been seeing them to the southeast.
okay,
They were digging off to the southeast.
yes, that's just because of the way that you traveled. Okay, you guys basically went in a circle and approached them from the north. Like,
So they're to the southwest.
okay, so using your village here as the basis of reference.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's where you saw them first.
Right.
And from there, you guys sent them north. So as you followed the trail, you went to this hex.
Uh-huh.
Then you went to this hex. Into the swamp.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. This one into the swamp. Then this one into the swamp. Then this one into the hills. To where you are now.
And so where do we see them?
They're in this hex that you're in currently.
Okay. That's what I was. All right.
So they are less than a day from your village, but they did make like a very circuitous route.
They got out looped all over them. What is wrong with these people? They deliberately took the harder path.
So thinking about that, your guys would be like, when you encountered them, you said like go north. They did. They traveled north. They ended up in the swamp. They got ambushed by the creature, and then they fled. And at some point met up with this other group. The other group has essentially taken the slaves and sent the cultists on their merry little way.
Yeah, my thought initially was that they delivered the slaves to this group for some reason.
It's
and
a
they were continuing on. But
possibility, but judging from the color scheme and everything, it's the same group. It's like when the boss says, you're working with me now. The rest of you go home.
gotcha.
So they're
Yeah,
still on the list of people to get rid of.
Yes.
Same color scheme, same problem.
Yeah, I would say.
Still slaver.
But yes, these guys are very, very heavily armored and armed.
So what was it that triggered the sword again?
Just the fact that they're digging something up.
Okay.
It might be one of its brethren.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, why would the sword care about a dig?
Well, we dug her up, and she wants me to try to find her siblings. So
All the
I
other
think
elf
that's
turns to object.
going next.
Hmm.
They're all bound to objects, yeah.
Hmm.
I thought they'd be farther north, but maybe not. So, we think that the crazy old witch lady is dead. That's good. And now we've just got some folks on horseback.
Don't count on it because she's a witch, right? She might have preventative magics.
Maybe. Trustees.
Trust but verify.
Well, maybe Trustius can cast this little heart magic on them too. That'd be handy. But there's definitely something down there I need to check out.
So wait, so the people that you saw in the dig look like they're the slaves, but not the cultists?
Yeah.
That's another group of people who seems to have the same color as the cultists, and they took the slave away from the cultists we saw. To use
The whole
them in
time
their
she's
defense.
just staring off in the distance toward whatever it is she's seeing, the people digging.
So it's still the enemy, it's just that they're more heavily armored.
Yeah. Of course, it could all be show. Maybe they're not any good with a sword. Maybe that's why they're so heavily armored. I could be so lucky, right?
Oh, I'd fear you even if you were heavily armored. I know what you can do with a sword.
That's only because you've seen me use it.
And I know you can find a way between the plates, so that armor might not help them.
Yeah, I can. I'll just need to think about it as we're walking over that way. Yeah, I could undoubtedly get a sword tip in between.
Do we want to establish contact with them or just ambush them?
Discussion for. We should probably want Trustius for here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's kind of checked out. He's not looking up from his feet anymore.
I think he bugged. We just told him that we would not.
We all
attack him.
trusted him, and now he's freaking out inside.
He's having a meltdown.
I mean, it's understandable. If somebody who just laid open a wyvern eel in front of me said that they trusted me, I'd be a little weirded out too.
Well, if you just told me that you could throw a dagger a few kilometers away to one-shot someone in his sleep,
Yeah, that's kind
I was
yeah.
like, yeah, please don't use that on me, but that's nice.
of. Glad you're on my side. I think we're done, Chris.
I think so. All right. So realizing that this heavily guarded encampment is digging up something that the sword is interested in, you guys will be able to decide what exactly it is you would like to do with them next time. But for XP, one sec. So 1 XP for participation.
Yay.
1 XP for traveling through at least 1 hex.
That's a thing.
1 XP for discovering a new adventure site.
Did we?
You did.
Apparently.
Oh, this place is an adventure site.
This place is an adventure site. And defeated 1 or more monsters.
Yep.
No treasure, no functions. Nobody activated their pride. Nobody suffered from their dark secret. I don't think anybody risked their life. Does anybody think that somebody performed an extraordinary action?
Desi may be doing that big hit on the serpent thing.
Maybe. I mean, it is going to get to the point where Desi hitting something for like 5 or 6 or 7 damage is no longer extraordinary.
Okay, that's fair.
But I'll say yes for this time. So that'd be 4 for everybody, 5 for Desi.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Sweet.
And then we will pick this up next week as you guys decide what to do with this dig site.
Awesome.
It's time to go fishing.
Maybe. All right. Have a good night, folks.
Thanks.
You
Take
too.
care, everybody.
And
Thanks
have-
everyone for the game. Thanks Chris for DMing.
No problem.
Yeah.
Have a good
Have a
weekend.
good night, everyone.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Take care.